Good morning, America. This is Ramblin' Randy once again here in the deep, cloudy, piney woods of East Texas on this beautiful, what day is it here? This is May the 16th. The year is 2020 of our Lord, and the time is 11 a.m. thereabouts. Well, in my slumber last night, as I pondered weak and weary, once upon a midnight dreary, or ever how that goes, where it seems like we're living in an Edgar Allan Poe kind of a world, are we not? I have this on the screen here because this is what's on my mind, and again, my main objective is to counter the thievery and stealing of energy. That's what it is. When you talk about money, you're talking about energy. You're talking about everything. Energy is your everything. And energy is not, people say you can't create energy. All you can do is transfer energy. And long talk about that. But where does energy come from? It comes from the firmament. From the outside of ourselves is all that I logically or can reach for, because it's not logical, and but it does cause one to ponder where it does come from, and I feel, as many others feel, that it comes from the ambient through the process of seeking, of thinking and pondering and wondering and having questions. The whole thing I believe that we came in here to do was procreate and have questions, and that procreation part damn sure has a whole bunch of questions that you could ask nowadays, especially when those from Venus and those from Mars are trying to cohabitate and live in harmony. So there's a lot of questions going on there at your most basic level, as Sigmund would say, in the anal kind of viewpoint. Oh Lord, that's why they call me rambling, but this is it. And believe it or not, and one day maybe it'll dawn on you, but you're listening to the answer, and it could be you talking to me. You see, when you are a counter campaign that is offsetting the effect of your adversary's campaign. When I use the word campaign, I'm being nice. I'm talking about black magic versus white magic or soft magic. Good versus evil. Everyone comes into this world with magic. And if you don't think a baby has magic, take a baby, as I've said many times, into a room with a bunch of arguing moronic adults and watch them all stop and go, ooh, ah, ooh. And then they said, let's let the baby sleep. So they put it over there in the corner and they carry on their ridiculous moronic adult book stuff, and all of a sudden the baby starts going, the whole damn place stops, and they take care of that baby. The baby's got power. That's magic. That's soft magic. Call it what you may, but I'm gonna latch on to that. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. It works for me. And that, what I just said is the essence of everything. You're the only person that can put paint on your own canvas. You're painting the picture of your life right now. Every stroke is based on a decision that you make. What kind of picture do you want to paint? You want to paint something that looks like Dali painted? You know, some weird Andy Warhol kind of stuff? Or do you want to paint something that's majestic and smooth and happy stuff? I go with the happy stuff myself. Oh, Lord. Oh, me. And I have a problem with Stickman. You know, those little hang-me-deal games. I have a hard time drawing that. But anyway, I'm just making an example. What you're looking at here is I'm glad that I found this frame. I've had it for a while when I was doing a little PowerPoint on GMOs. Now, let's look at this. Let's look at this corn thing right here. You know, Monsanto is the culprit in this arena. Monsanto is the one that creates genetically modified organisms. And the way that they do this is, once they do this in the in the realm of agriculture, it renders that plant never again to be able to bring forth youth or seed to perpetuate its own strain, in this case corn. So with Monsanto comes in there, we'll kill all your bugs and stuff off there, make you grow a whole bunch of stuff. But the deal is here that this seed is only good for 1 year because it's neutered. It can't reproduce itself. So they do this deal, and it penetrates the cell wall, and it actually changes the genetic structure of that plant. It changes its DNA. It's no longer the same organism, people. It is, it's plastic, so to speak, like the fruit you'd see on a table. Don't bite it, it'll bust your teeth open because it's artificial. It did not render itself from the ambient. Okay? It's not real. So what we're actually eating is a real mild version in corn and a lot of GMO products out there is that plastic fruit on the table. In a very expanded way, I'm giving you this example. It's not natural. It's not natural. Now you couple this corn that's not natural, and you add to it glyphosate, as well as fructose corn syrup, which has been proven to cause a great craving for additional things to eat. In other words, it doesn't satisfy you. Since you're not getting the nutrients from this piece of plastic fruit, then your body's going to stay in a condition of continuously telling you it's hungry because it's not getting what it... Arrest that man. Arrest that man for coughing. Was I coughing out of a natural event, or was I trying to be dramatic? It's for you to find out. Since I don't hear any Black Hawk helicopters flying over me, I take it that my magic works, and you bought the fact that it was not a prop, or it was a prop. Whatever. See how confusing life is now? So anyway, this plant has glyphosate now entangled inside of its organism, and it produces this, and we eat it. Well, guess what? Just guess what they have found in some of the vaccines that our boy Gates is trying to push. They found glyphosate. Oh my God. Glyphosate, some pieces of foreign matter. I'm not going to get into those things because, hell, we have a means to communicate right now, and I don't want to queer the deal coming right out of the chute and by getting pulled. They pulled SGT. They pulled his ability to render revenue on YouTube, and that's unbelievable. That is absolutely mind-boggling that they could do that. That's the people's livelihood. I have met Amon Bundy. He is the rancher that faced down the feds out there in California or Wyoming or somewhere. Hell of a man he is. What a tool that is. What the heck are they doing? Oh God, they're shaping. This right here, if you come to sgtreport.com, sgtreport.com, right here, sgtreport.com. Big tech tyranny. You need to watch this if you're interested in having the remainder of your life pleasant. I don't care if you're 18 or 88. If you want to see the rest of your life pleasant, you need to watch this and other things that we've got going on. What we actually need to do, people, what we actually need to do is we need to have a, let me see if I can find this screenshot that I wanted to bring out. This might be it. That's not it. But let me pause and I'll come right back and find. Let me show you this one first, because this is where I basically started out on this journey, is that I have a plan. And it's not some deal to where I'm trying to be the best in the world or trying to be famous or anything like that. I'm just an American citizen that'd like to have the rest of my life turn out to be pleasant. And I have a plan that there's no question that it could cause you sitting right there in this day. I don't know which one of these people you are. You know, and you're listening to me right now. And what would you do if you were in my shape? What would you do? Whichever one of these people you are, if you knew how to save the rest of the people sitting there with you, if you knew how to save their lives, what would you do? Would you tell them? Would you tell them? Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I started a talk show, a call in, and we're going to start this number. Remember this number. It's not going to be tonight, but it will start at 9 p.m. Central on some day. And if you subscribe to this channel, you're going to find out what day that is. If you want to have the remainder of your life, I don't care if you're 18 to 88, be pleasant. We need your help. We need your help. I've been told that I get too excited on these things to calm down a little bit. But my God, people, that smoke that you see on the horizon as we stand on this little hill looking out there, way out there in the desert, we see smoke coming over that horizon. I'm telling you this, that is not an ice cream truck. That is an armed Humvee, and they looked angry, and it appeared that they're looking directly at you. And they're coming this way. What are you going to do? Sit there and change the channels on the TV and maybe check out MSNBC instead of CNN? Let me tell you something. They're all gone south. There's only one way that we can do this, people, is that we have to get together. We have got to get together. What we have to do is we have to be the people. We have to be our own army of eyes and ears. And we have to all go out and seek the truth. We're seekers of sanity. We're sanity sentinels, or sovereignty sentinel, SOS, seekers of sanity. Make a good little logo. Well, I have that domain name, Seekers of Sanity. Have a lot of domain names that we'll have all roads or all domains will terminate at our main site that we're creating right now. It's going to be app-based so that our people out there can, if they see something, you know how they say, see something, say something? Well, we will, but we're going to keep it in-house. We're not going to let those that should not be in power have our content. It's going to be a closed community, and we're going to all be in collaboration with each other. We're going to have trust amongst each other. We're going to have teamwork, and we're going to have to share. Success is our goal of all, and we support each other, and we assist each other, and we exchange value, okay? Very important, and we inspire each other. This is very important. The exchange of information and value. The only way that you or many people in the future are going to be able to have a revenue stream, because there are going to be millions of people, should this plan that they have now enacted on us to paralyze the economic system, which will drive people just like you into damn near starvation mode or level, and then they'll dole you out enough to keep you going, and you'll jump as soon as they say jump, and you'll also ask them, how high would you like for me to jump? That's what's coming down, people, unless we get our heads together, and I have a plan. We all join together in a community of sub rosa, meaning below the rose, private research community. We research facts related to individuals and entities that are conducting criminal activity, and they are collectively conspiring to do harm and to do evil and to do illegal things to the rest of the community based on their own agenda. And notice I said conspiring. That's true conspiracy. When they say that we are conspiracy theorists, no, we are sub rosa research individuals. We research, not conspire. We research the facts surrounding criminal activity by individuals or entities, and we expose those or share those with our community. Arrest that man. And that way we have in us, we trust news.com. I have that domain as well. So by doing that, we get together. None of us have a lot of money. I mean, it sucked us dry, and it's going to get worse. But what we do is we reach down deep inside and we throw something into our little community, say some pennies or some dollars, so that you have that in your account. And when you see someone else in our community that is collaborating with us, and it gives you value, you were looking for that bit of information, or that moves you, that lifted you up inspirationally, that's value, that gave you a little bit more impetus to go out and create something and acquire more energy, okay? And then when you acquire more energy and people flip you, when you go out there and you find some good data, post a good picture or say something or help somebody, and we're noticed it, the rest of the community noticed it, and they flip you a penny for your effort and appreciation for the value that they gained from the work, keyword, the work that you did. That word work will keep the feds off our backside in this deal, because they're going to want to shut this thing down, because it's going to put thousands and thousands of dollars to those people who what? Work. This is no Ponzi scheme. This is a real live situation. When someone works, let's say in a barn, back in the old day, a barn building, a barn raising they used to call it, people would come over and they'd work. They'd put forth the blood, sweat, and tears of their hard work to help a friend out, expecting nothing in return, called a barn raising. But believe you me, the person that got the barn raised never forgets the good and the favors that person did out of the goodness of their heart to help them get that barn raised. That's a fair exchange of value. Now, down the road, the guy that had the hammer building that barn, his cow drops dead. And it's the only cow he's got to keep his herd being, it's a female or whatever you call it. It's a heifer. And that neighbor that got the barn raised just by chance had some extra heifers that he could use, that he could get rid of. And he gave one to that guy that helped raise his barn. That's a fair exchange of value. That is energy being circulated inside of that community, and it damn sure didn't need the feds. You catch, So we're a closed-loop community is what I want to create. We go out and we research the answers and validate those and bring them back to the hive, if you will, and share them with those people who are trying to find the answer. When you do that, that's work that you did. Our community will see that that's work that you did. And we will gladly, out of the goodness of our heart, expecting nothing in return, flip you a penny, nickel, dime, or quarter for finding us that content or showing us that picture. We also need people. We need people. We need minds more than we need money on the platform side. We need minds more than we need money. We're trying to get a million mind plus movement here. And so if you go out and find someone, let's say that you find someone and listen to me, nothing that you throw into this community do I get a part of, period. This isn't about the platform getting rich. We're extending this platform to you to use free of charge. Now, we may have a small donation to keep the bandwidth going, $3 or $4, $5 a month, something very small anybody can handle. But anything thereafter would be, let's give an example. If the donation was $5 to help us build platform, the second phase of this, that's no skin off anybody's nose. You throw another $5 into your account, break it down into pennies. Spelled P-E-N-E-Es, not P-E-N-N-Y. That's our internal currency. $1 is equivalent to 1 pen, P-N. 1 pen is 100 pennies, P-E-N-E-Es. So we're par, so that for comparison's sakes, for those who who, understand how the dollar works, so that there's no exchange rate like Bitcoin or anything like that. And this is no game. This is real. This is a strategic strategy that we're using here. It's not some sort of little deal for everybody to get rich. This is a tool, a strategy that we're using to counter the strategy that they're using against us, which is fear, and taking away our energy, our money from us, locking us down. You can do what I'm talking about right here, research, lock down, anywhere. You can be a researcher. You can take pictures. You can smile at someone. You can say something good. Get it onto our app and onto our platform where others can see it, and they'll flip you a penny, nickel, dime, or quarter. People, this is our salvation. We are each other's salvation. We got to raise the barn for everybody. We got to chip in just a little bit for everybody. I can't be in charge. In order for this to work smoothly, where the powers that should not be would attack us, everybody has got to be a part, full transparency. The house, so to speak, or the platform has to be free. It can be offered to you as a appreciation of a donation, and that's what we're going to do. These are all tax-free donations. How are you going to tax someone for getting a penny from one individual? How are you going to do that? And PayPal damn sure wouldn't let you send a penny without charging you something. We're not going to charge anything. I want to win. It's in no time to see how much you're going to make. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to earn a lot of gifts from people to the tune of millions. Think I'm kidding? I'm not. Well, look at this. Look at this. Let's look at this. Let's say you help me go out there, and let's just set an average donation or amount of money that people would put in, of worthless paper fiat money they'd put into their account. Let's say it's $30 a month. That they say, hey, Randy, I've got places that I'd like to help donate. I'd like to help Rex Bear out at Leak Project, Jimmy Church at Fade to Black, Clyde Lewis at Ground Zero, George Norrie of Coast to Coast AM, John B. Wells, Sean over at SGT Report, Dave over at X22 Report, and Tori. My God, Tori's good. And all of these others, there's thousands of people out there trying to spread the message, but they're starving theirself to death because no one's buying their hats, cups, mugs, and all that stuff. And they're begging people to help them keep their platform up and running, where YouTube is demonetizing those sites, and they're weaponizing the content. They're censoring and choking people's livelihood that's trying to spread the truth. We can fix that. I need people to help me find and get a hold of Sean at SGT Report, Dave at X22. I'm trying my best to get a hold of John B. Wells. He just won't communicate with me. These people are hard to get a hold of. It's of great value to us that anybody find an influencer that has a following, because they can get this word out to people quickly, and we ain't got much time. The clock's ticking. In November of this year, we're going to have some serious decisions that's going to be made. It's going to depict the complexity and the difficulty of our battle. The battle will still go on, no matter which way it goes. It just could be a little harder, or it could be getting a little easier, but we'll press on no matter what. We have to. We're in that shape now. We have to do that. We have to do that. So with the world raging as it is hard for many people to try to get this thing right here to shut off. For people to be satisfied and at peace. It's tough duty. When you're seeing things like this, it's his Drudge Report. No need to even have to, nothing's good. There's no one smiling. Look at this lady here. Can you even believe this lady? Here's what she's doing. She is struggling as hard as she can to keep this economy depressed and people locked down, so that our economy, so that when this thing is over, when everyone realizes that, good God Almighty, why didn't we just put the older people at home and tell them to stay off the streets and let's all keep working, for God's sake? They're trying to keep this economy down so that it will drive this country to where people will have to be on the dole from the government. And that's one step closer to fascism and communism. And that dog will not hunt on my watch. I will not allow that paint on my canvas. And I hope you share the same. Let's just look at these crazy maniacs. The Fed financial system under severe strain. They designed it to blow about this time, but they didn't know someone like Yellowhead was going to come in and throw a wrench in the whole damn thing. You know, you can see, thousands of protesters across the country over lockdown. They're fighting, and that's what they want. Look at this crazy crap here. But you can't stop them gamblers, by God. They got their... They got their damn hands. They're sticking them inside of this thing here, and I guess they think the cards are going to get them sick, because they don't want to get the cards sick. But they're sitting on the outside of this protectorate deal, and they're playing their cards. This is such a joke. This is such a joke. Wake up. Don't wake up. Accept the fact that we're getting hustled, and help me save this country. These people have gone crazy. We've come to a point to where the narrative is superseding the Constitution. The narrative, that means whoever can get their black magic, that's the narrative. The narrative is here's where the power, be it good or evil, is at. It's behind the word why, W-H-Y, why. When someone's in question, someone's pitching them a deal, and they go, well, why do I need that? Here comes the magic, be it good, bad, or indifferent. They're fixing to lay the story on them. And based on how well they deliver that magic, whether it's accepted or not, look at here. They put a damn mask on this thing here. Is this crazy? Is this crazy? You've got to say this is crazy. Come on, say this is crazy. This is insane is what it is. Is absolute. This is a zero hedge. This is crazy. Oh God. What? White House will returning Cuba to state sponsors of terrorism list by the end of the year. Why not? Shit, throw a rock. Throw a dart. Doesn't make any difference. Things blowing up, people. We need to get together. We need to collaborate. We need to create a community that's going to be support each other, where we can be both teachers and students at the same time. When the student says something that's profound and other people see the student say something, they can tip the student, penny, nickel, dime, or quarter. If the teacher says something great or shows a picture or whatever, it doesn't matter, we show our appreciation to the teacher, penny, nickel, dime, quarter. And by doing that, let's say we have, I'm going to use a round number, 1,000 people come in. 1,000 people say, okay, Randy, I will support the people I choose, not the ones you tell me to. The people I choose, I want to do save the polar bears and all this kind of thing. As long as whoever is a member of our community, you can send them tokens of appreciation. They got to be able to receive them, so they have to be a token. So as long as that's taking place, it stays in our loop. But let's say we have 1,000 people. Let's say they all decide, hey, I'll give $30 a month to somebody because I love this country. I want to do my part. I just want to sit there. I don't want to sit there like a bump on a log doing nothing and saying, hey, bring me some more good content. Another little show tomorrow night. This one was good. While that content creator like Rex Bear or someone goes out, spends their money, their gas, their time, their energy, delivers it, and you sit there like a bump on a log and do not show your appreciation. Shame on you. Shame on you. Especially now that you'll have the ability to flip them a damn penny, nickel, dime, or quarter for every video that you like. You gain value from it. Support them. And that's what we'll do. So let's say 1,000 people throw $30 in there a month. Hello, that's $30,000 that each one of those individual 1,000 members had access to all of it or a part of it. Everybody has got to give away and support someone else to the tune of a penny, nickel, dime, or quarter with that entire $30. That's 3,000 pennies. And we're slinging it out there. There's people out there that might be, starving, wondering where the next cheeseburger's coming from or the next Simulac's coming from. And they say something, and it stimulates the people that they show their appreciation. They just get $15 or $20 in 1 week. They'll be tickled pink because it came like manna from heaven. And that's exactly the way I look at it. That same $15, it could have been profound, and 1,000,000 people could have heard that little lady or that little guy saying something, and they're desperate. They're coming for her. It's their last cry out. And they hit them with a dime. 1,000,000 people hit them with a dime. Instantly. Nope, no lag time. Instantly, it's in their account. Instantly, it's in their account. What is a dime times 1,000,000? $100,000. Just like that lady that got that $476,000 within 24 hours because she stood up to that judge here in Texas and said, basically, take your order and shove it where the sun doesn't shine, mister. Put me in jail. You give me liberty, or you give me death. I'm a friend of PaulRevere.com. Woo! I think that's about enough for today. Again, if you're not a member, if you can look at this, only 8 or 10 people that look at this right now because I'm not advertising. It's to a few special people. If you've got any sense at all, listen to me. You're in a prime position to have yourself any size house on the hill that you want, being this close to the source of this before I even get it out of the ground. Wake up, people. It's time for you. If you ever wanted to be what you call rich, you go out and you get 10, 20, 30, 40 people to listen to what I'm saying over here. Listen to what I be saying. I might not be an MIT graduate. It might not be the fanciest way that we can communicate, but by God, it works. You know, when you're in battle, which we are, you do what I call MacGyvering. Some of the most creative things I've ever seen in my life at work was done by someone totally tree mechanic, a shade tree mechanic kind of deal. Done in a shop somewhere or just in their mind, and they damn sure wasn't at MIT, Harvard, or any of that stuff. That's what changes things. I'm going to ride with the people and their creative thing. This deal here that I'm talking about, this platform, came straight to me from that ambient that I talk about. I'm ex-oil field trash down here in Texas, and this came to me. But again, I ask you, what would you do if you knew in your heart that you had a way to help other people, save them from possibly real hard times, but they had to work? That all they had to do was take a picture, smile at somebody, write something, get it up there, and maybe it hits. What would you do? Sit silently by and not tell them? I'm trying to tell you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell down there. I don't want anything from you. All I want you to do is go out to you and get as many people as you can. And I want y'all to pay with the most valuable asset that you've got, that you'll ever have on this planet. I want you to pay me with that. What is that, Randy? That's your attention. Pay me with your attention. Just pay attention. Where energy glows, it glows too. Where energy goes, attention flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. Where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. Your attention is non-physical. Energy in its creation is not physical. Your attention creates energy. And once that energy is created, it's transformed from a thought to the tangible. A hammer is created. A house is built. And many, many other things. Where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. Pay me with your most valuable asset. Go out and find 10 or 20 people and tell them it's free. All you have to do is pay with your attention. You bring them over here and let me talk to them. We get rolling. I'll do the talking. You just bring me the people. And if they come in at 30, I'll give you half of it. That's a fair exchange of value. You went out and found them. You're going to help them, teach them. That takes the load off of me. I will return of their commitment that they're going to give as a donation to this platform. I will return half of that to you. If you had 1,000 people and they was doing $30 commitment, not to me, to whoever they want to, 1,000 times 15, do the math. That would be every month for you. These big influencers that have 456,000 plus people, like Sean, it's mind-boggling how much money Twitter, Facebook, and those people like, but it's far greater than what it's huge. It's huge amount of money. But out of that 456,000, and if we were to expose one of those influencers to our community, and let's just say 100,000 of them, or even just 10,000 of them, out of 456,000 like Sean's got, 10,000 of them became committed supporters at 30. Sean would get 10,000 times $15 a month. Now you that found Sean, and you'll help Sean teach those people that he found. I'm talking about SGT report as an example. That has value to me as well because it creates a trinity. Me, you, Sean. That's a holy trinity. A lot of power in that spearhead. So since you found Sean, Sean found these other people, they're part of our community. They're throwing value into the pool, which helps all of us. Because no matter who found who or any of that business, they're all throwing it in the pool. Guess who has shot at all that pool? You do. He finds, 10,000 people. That's 10,000 times 30 going into that pool. Good God. Will be a new form, a fair exchange of value, wealth redistribution system. By the way, you get $5 US or you get 5 pen, which is equivalent to $5 per person. That would be 5 times 10,000 people. I know that's why I don't talk about this too much, because the numbers are mind-boggling. And here's the thing. It's so easy to do. Even though the numbers sound mind-boggling, the structure, the mechanic, and the walkthrough, the step-by-step is, do you love this country? Really? If you love this country, you should be sharing this information without expecting any money anyway. But since there is gratuity involved, if you love this country, don't you worry about how much you're going to make. Go tell people to get together with us. Let's collaborate our news. The redcoats are coming, for God's sake. Just load the wagon. Don't worry about the mule. The mule is how much money you're going to make. Daddy used to always say, just load the wagon. Just means go out there and work yourself. Work. In this case, is tell people about this. We need them. We need their minds. Go work. Don't you worry about that mule. The mule's going to be fine, Daddy would say. So you just lead with your passion and your purpose and forget about your purse and your pocketbook. Profit in your pocketbook. Lead with your passion. Don't worry about how much you're going to make. That's going to take care of itself. Don't worry about the mule. You just load the wagon. The mule's going to be fine. When you stop, you're going to look back and that whole cart is full of nothing but energy / money. That's enough for today. Hopefully you'll listen to this thing. It is long, but would you sit and listen to 38 minutes if it's going to save your life and everyone that you know and this country that we love so much? Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life learns the truth, I need to calm down. Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life, no fault of their own, learns the truth, they either cease to be mistaken and start speaking the real truth, or they cease to be honest. What say you? Subscribe to this channel, hit the notifications button, go out and create a wonder-filled life. It is by choice. Smile at a stranger. And I'll see you on the flip side. Go find people. Bring them here. It's free. And oh, by the way, I didn't mention this in closing. I will. Everybody, when they come in, is going to write a 4 or 5 paragraph on what they feel about the Constitution, the rule of law, and the Bill of Rights. Everybody will hear the Constitution read to them via ebook, and you're going to watch a couple of videos before you start building your house on the hill with the tool that the ambient gave me to save you and this country, and could be even the world. How grandiose. You have to do those things for the country so that you'll be learned. Have a great day. Ramblin' Randy, we down.